Am I live? My dog is in the background and shit. Hold on, I'm figuring something out right now. All right, let's see this fucking where the fuck? There it is. Let's see something real quick. It's not what I want to do. I'm actually trying to I feel like it says excellent. All right, now that it's fucking like they changed shit around and it's kind of they changed it around and it's kind of like weird. Anyway, yeah, let's do some chatting about hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to was good. Anyway, yeah, let's do some chatting about the day before. So I don't even know where to begin with this thing. Like this thing is just this game is a fucking disaster. Like whether people believe it or not, or they want to fucking acknowledge it, it's the truth. Like it really is. This shit is just they fucking ended up lying to everybody. Like the very first trailer ever that was shown was this crazy, amazing fucking trailer out there. But little do people realize that it wasn't a real gameplay trailer or anything like that. It was more or less just, they took assets and they literally just put shit together. And then it got so much fucking attention that they're like, oh shit, maybe we should do something. But the whole fact of them trying to say that this game was in development for 5 fucking years, that is bullshit. There's no fucking way this game was in development for 5 fucking years. No way in hell. And actually, I think somebody was just saying that on a Discord because I'm monitoring their Discord and shit right here, and they already lost one of the devs, not the one of the moderators and everything, and the devs dipped out. The devs are literally sitting back and not answering any questions or anything like that. This literally was just a fucking cash grab. This game is fucking dead in the water. Regardless of what people think or what people want to believe, this game is fucking dead in the water. And people will say, whoa, they're still putting out hot fixes. Hot fixes are little fucking patches, man. They're nothing. They fix little tiny things, and that's just to keep them, to make them look like that they're actually caring and they're actually doing something about this game. If you look at the track record of this fucking studio, they abandon their fucking every time a game does bad, they abandon it. Even in early access, dude, it doesn't fucking matter. Fantastic is just a shitty, shady, sketchy fucking studio, dude. They don't care. They just don't. But going back to what I was saying is they released this trailer 5 years ago, and they're just, everybody goes ablaze. Even I was excited. I was like, oh, that's cool and everything. At the time I was like, hell yeah, man, this game is going to be fucking dope. And then time went on and they started delaying it. And then they delayed it again. And then again. And that's when I was like, okay, something's not right here. And then I started digging more into the studio, into Fantastic, whatever the fuck you want to call them. But I started digging into their studio more, and I started looking at things and I'm like, something doesn't seem right. And the more I dug, the more dirt I started finding on them. That this studio literally just makes like small mobile games and everything like that. So an undertaking of this size, not fucking possible. Not for a studio like this. Number one. Number two, they're remote. They don't have a physical building. They don't have anything like that. They're all remote. It's all remote work. And is what they call volunteer workers. Basically what that is like, I guess all their workers are volunteer except for like the two heads of the studio. They're the ones that are getting paid. The rest are just fucking volunteers. So like, are you fucking kidding me? Like that alone is fucking shady as fuck, man. Like, come on, you're not paying anybody. They're just fuck that, dude. But and yeah, so like anyway, like as I was saying, as time going on, years are starting to go by, and we have nothing. We have no new information. We have nothing. Nothing. There's nothing there. And then all of a sudden, when things started getting questioned, like IGN started questioning them and stuff like that, and a bunch of fucking legit like journalists shit started questioning them. Then they all of a sudden fucking pop out with something, and a supposed gameplay trailer. Funny story. If you watch all the gameplay trailers and all the like shit that they show or that they were showing, granted, these were taken down literally a day before the game came out. No pun intended. But yeah, literally a day before the game came out, all those fucking trailers were fucking taken down because of trademarking. So like anyway, if you look at these fucking trailers, I wish I could show you right now, but I don't. But like if you look at these trailers, they're literally identical trailers to the likes of like The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, fucking Call of Duty's even in there. Call of Duty Black Ops is in there because there's a trailer that shows like this area where they're going into like this like fucking basically looks like an underground like tunnel, and it's got like a red light and everything, and that's literally the exact fucking layout and video in the trailer for like fucking Call of Duty Black Ops back in the day and shit. And like The Last of Us, they took literally if you look at the fucking if you look at the writing that says the day before, it's literally they stole it from The Last of Us. That was stolen from The Last of Us. And like the gameplay, a lot of the gameplay trailer is literally Grand Theft Auto because they're like, join yourself in an immersive world. And if they even have the same girl that is doing the voiceover for Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, they fucking stole that shit, dude. Like it was ridiculous. And like people are still believing that it's not a scam. Like people are legit believing it's not a scam. But like, so anyway, moving on past that, okay, cool. Like people were like, oh, this game's not real. For the longest time, I was like, dude, this game's not real. Like at first I thought it was. I was like, oh yeah, this, studios take time to do shit. And then, like I said, some shady shit started happening and I started losing interest in the game. I started losing interest in the game anyway. After like 5 years, like after 3 or 4 years gone by, I'm like, this, whatever. I honestly forgot about the fucking game. And then I happened to be scrolling through Facebook one day and I was like, oh, hey, I remember this game. And then I showed a couple of their friends and then they got excited about it. And then we get really, really close to launch. Here we are in 2023 right now. And then we get it about a few months away from launch. They delay the game to like March, and then all of a sudden March comes along, and they're at this like fucking. They show up. They don't physically show up, but like their video shows up in this like gaming event or something. But it's like a 30-second or 40-second trailer. Excuse me. It's like a 30 or 40-second trailer, and it's just So Milani, good shit. I had that for the first time the other day, and I love it. It's like the Alani shit. Like I probably shouldn't show it because I'm not really sponsoring them. But anyway, so they showed up at this gaming event, and like they had nothing to show for it. Like they had a trailer, and that's another thing too is like all their trailers, like their gameplay trailers, they're all rendered. They were all rendered. There was no legit gameplay trailers. Like even when they sat down with IGN they showed like this minute long trailer, and that was fucking rendered, dude. Like, who fucking does that? It's IGN, bro. You're gonna get called out. Like fucking for real. Like, who does this shit? So anyway, like I said, it comes down to launch, and then all of a sudden, like they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna launch November 10th." And then November 10th comes closer. They're like, "Oh wait, we got another delay." So another fucking delay happens, right? So okay, they finally launched. I was honestly have expecting them to not launch and just be like, "Oh, another delay," and I would have been like, "There you go, the game's fucking done." But the game is already like done as it is. Um, Hold on, sorry, I'm looking at shit as well too. But like the game is already done as it is, and we'll get to that. But yeah, and I was like, oh, this game's not gonna launch because my roommate he ended up paying the $40, and then I heard they were doing an early access for $40, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? $40, and right then and there I knew it was a scam. I was like, this is a fucking money grab, dude. It really is. Because why are they doing why are they doing $40? To me, I would have been like, well, just do an open beta or something, or even because that's another thing. Speaking of a beta, so they did do a beta. They did a beta back in like April. They announced one because IGN was talking about it, but it was a beta just for volunteers. And I was like, who fucking does that? Like, no, that's weird. That's really fucking weird to do that. Like, you don't do betas. Like when you do betas, you give it to like you send it out, you send invites out to like the community and other people, so like you can get more and more people hands on, so they can tell you like, look, dude, this shit is fucking bad, you know. And so they did that, but the thing is like, so they do an open access. Oh my god, I'm fucking tired. They do an early access, and it's fucking like it's $40. Game's not even worth 40 fucking dollars, dude. The game's not even worth $10. I mean, $10 is probably the most I'd pay for this fucking game. Literally $10. You know, like it should have been like between $5-10 or free. Like it would have been that would have been a lot better. Then I would have been okay. Like yeah, because I didn't get it. I've been watching a lot of shit and everything, so that told me enough. I don't have to play the game to know the game is shit. Like I've seen multiple different streamers play it. I've seen like legit streamer like one of them was Rad Brad. If you guys don't know about it, check out Rad Brad. He's fucking dope, dude. I love Rad Brad. He's amazing. He's a guy that he's like my go-to guy, you know. So Rad Brad even that was his like Rad Brad played it. That's a tongue twister. Rad Brad played it, and even he was like, what the fuck? Basically, like that was the first game he's ever refunded. Because they like I'm getting ahead of myself, but so like backing up, they release, right? They release and the launch, the game was shit. Regardless of what people want to say, like I get it. People like what they like. I understand that. But like I look at it this way. If you're really gonna pay $40 for this, say what you will, be mad about it, be mad at when I say this, but you fucking deserve to not get a refund back. Like you fucking deserve that. You should not get a refund because you're dumb enough to fucking fall for this shit and fucking buy it, dude. Like, are you fucking like, are you kidding me? But anyway, so I started watching it. Like, I watched it as soon as it dropped. Because I was like, I'm not paying 40 fucking dollars. I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying $40 to fucking play this. Not even to, I didn't, I want one. I was like, I don't want to go through the bullshit of getting my refund back. I don't want to do that. And plus two, I don't want to fucking like, I don't want to struggle through that game. I didn't want to fucking do it. Like, I love you guys. I love people that watch me stream. I love everybody, but I just don't want it. I couldn't fucking do it. But anyway, I started watching it and I was like, the fuck is this shit? Like and that's how you know, that's another reason how I knew the game was really fake is when they um sorry, I was reading something. But like when they did release it and shit, and they brought it out, and they like I saw the major fucking downgrade they did, and then I knew exactly that point. I knew exactly right then and there that I was like, yeah, there's no fucking way, and there's no fun, and then that confirmed it too, that there's no fucking way they spent 5 years on this game. There's no fucking way in hell. If you believe that, you're come on, like you're fucking gullible as fuck, like you really are, because there's no goddamn way they spent 5 fucking years on this game. But anyway, I looked at it because you look at the first game, you're like, holy shit, this game looks fucking crazy good, and I was like, there's no way a small studio can do this. Like I knew going in it was gonna be downgraded, but I didn't know it was gonna be downgraded by that much. Like it looks like a fucking PS3 game, dude. Like it looks bad. Like the graphics aren't the greatest. Fucking, and then as I start watching people play it and shit, I start noticing little things that don't make fucking sense. Like there's a jump fucking option in that game. There's a jump button, but for no fucking reason. Why are you putting a jump button in a fucking game when you don't utilize it? Because literally, I saw when this gameplay, this guy jumped down in this like little like it was like this little like cavern thing, and not really cavern because that's like caves and shit, but like a little like area that was blocked off in the road, and like he jumped down in there, and he couldn't get back out because there's no fucking mantle button. Like you're gonna make a game like this where you can go down into like crevices and shit like that, but you're not gonna mantle. So like he had to walk and like run all the way the fuck around just to find his way back out again, dude. Like I was like, that's fucking irritating. That's annoying as fuck. So like there's no mantle button. There's a fucking jump button. Like that I said, it's fucking useless. There's no reason to have a fucking jump button. There's no melee, which is fucking even more. Like that's another stupid fucking thing. There's no melee in this. You can't even like bash. Like even with like the division, like the division doesn't have like a legit like melee like button or anything, but like you can at least bash with your like rifle. You can just and hit it. And like people, and I've been noticing people on Discord, they're like, "Are you really like gonna complain about not having a melee button?" He's like, guns win all the time. I'm like, that's not the point. I'm like, a melee button is nice. So like when, say, if you do get surrounded by zombies, that's a joke. But if you do get surrounded by zombies, you could like literally bash, or if they get too close, you can like bash them and like hit them back a little bit. But you can't fucking do that. Okay. So like that's fucking stupid. And I was like, this makes no fucking sense. Like all this shit they're doing makes no fucking sense. Right. And then you find out it's literally fetch quests. That's all the game is. You run to this fucking location, collect a bunch of shit, and run back to fucking Woodbury. I wonder where they got that name from. The Walking Dead? Because that's exactly where the fucking name came from. They ripped it right off from The Walking Dead. Just like they ripped off the name of the city from fucking Dead Rising 2. Because, yeah, they put new, but it's called New Fortune City. Fortune City is the name of the fucking city in Dead Rising 2. But anyway, like, just let that sink in. Woodbury and New Fortune City. Like, they can't come up with anything fucking original. But anyway, let that sink in for a minute while I continue. Like, and also, like like I said, you have to do fetch quests, and I hate fucking fetch quests with a fucking passion. Like fetch quests are the worst, literally. Like to me, they're the fucking worst because like I don't want to spend hours and like hours just fucking running to one location and then having to run all the way the fuck back. Give me a fucking option to like at least in the division, there's a fucking fast travel option. Like, okay, I'll go fucking fetch this, but then at least I can travel all the way the fuck back and I can fast travel and I'm fucking golden. There's not this option. Like, I get it. It's early access. I understand that. Like, people think I'm not understanding. I get that. I understand that. Like, that could have been something, oh, yeah, they might have added later. Yeah, I get that. Why didn't you just add it right away? Like, but why didn't you put more into it, too? And, like, that's the thing is, like, this game is bland. Like, there's nothing. The world is fucking empty. Like, there's nothing there. Like, For example, like I go back to the Division because I love the Division 2 especially. It's a phenomenal game. They should have took a lot from the Division 2. That would have been fucking phenomenal. But like the Division 2 is a prime example of this. Like that's a living world. The Division 2 is a living world because so in the Division 2, if you're running down the road, you'll see like two different factions and you'll hear shit and like you'll hear gunshots and like you'll see two different factions that are going at it and then you can fucking go in and help take out like the fucking enemies and everything and the faction will interact with you and like there's always something to do in the Division like the world there's something always going on, excuse me, but there's always something going on in the world, but this is like there's nothing in this world. It's bland. There's nothing there, man. It's dead. And like in the videos too, and like the very one of the very first trailers they showed, like I said, it was a fake trailer, but in one of the very first trailers they show, it's one of the very first trailers they show hordes of zombies, like fucking hordes of zombies, dude. And again, I know this is early access. I get that. But like, there's nothing. There's like one or two zombies. You'll encounter one or two zombies in like 20 minutes. And then you'll run around and do nothing. So literally, this game is literally a fucking social simulator because you spend way more time talking to people in Woodbury than you do basically anything else. Like literally, this game is fucking horrible, dude. It's trash. It really is. This is why I say it's a money grab. Like it's a horrible fucking game. But like there's nothing to do, man. Like there's no way to save this. And they promised so much. They promised a cabin. Like they were like, "Oh yeah, in the trailers too they said that, oh, you can get your own cabin. You can get your own you can drive cars. You can do this shit." Like that's cool, but the cars are like expensive. Like I was reading something on Discord earlier today because I've been monitoring the Discord, and that's going to be another story I'm going to get into here in a few, in a little bit, their Discord and shit. But like I was reading something on Discord, and it was basically about how expensive it is to buy a car. Like somebody was saying that it was like $750,000 to buy a fucking car. I'm sure that probably varies on what car you get, but like, are you fucking kidding me? Because this game is, oh, by the way, we didn't tell you until the last minute, this game is permadeath. You can't shut it off. That's fucking cool. So like, you die, you lose everything, man. Like I know a lot of people are probably into that shit. Like that's cool. Like I like it to an extent, I don't mind it, but I like to have the option to shut it off. Cuz there's sometimes where I just get tired of it and cuz I'm the type of person in games like this, like games like these, I like to explore and I like to just go into all these buildings. I like to collect everything and I like to just like cash it in and gain a bunch of money. But I can't do that if I die cuz then all that money gets fucking taken away and then all that everything I had just gets wiped and everything like that. And it's fucking stupid, dude. But like going back to the house and shit, like, yeah, in the trailer, they're like, oh, they set you up with your own house. No, you have to buy that fucking house. And that's expensive too. So like you sit and you literally sit in a fucking tent. That's like your shit. You have a tent. Your tent is set up. Oh, he's sleeping. I thought my dog was awake. Like, because my door's closed, I was gonna like have to open it up for him if you wanted to go. But like, yeah, you sit on a tent, and that's how you do it. Like, I'm also not gonna shit on every aspect of this game. Like, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm really not, because there's some good shit about it. Like, there's some good qualities about this game. Like, there really is. Like, for instance, shit that I like to do is you can build. You were like at first you were able to like build a little bit, like you were able to put like chairs and shit in your tent and stuff like that, and they showed that a little bit in the trailer. Like you were like in the game, like event, like they were saying you were supposed to actually you were supposed to be able to build a fucking community, kind of like in the fuck's that, State of Decay. Like you were supposed to be able to like build your own fucking community and shit and legit have a community and everything. But of course that didn't happen. Again, going back, I get it, it's early access, but like, so that was kind of cool. And then they had crafting and shit, and the crafting was kind of a cool little thing that they did. But like, other than that, there's really nothing. Like, they advertised an open world game. It wasn't even that. It wasn't even an open world game too. And that's the thing. It wasn't even an open world game, man. You were stuck in this city. And then you come to find out that it's an extraction shooter. Nothing wrong with that. I like extraction shooters. Not like I'm not like in love with them. I'm not going to sit there and like play them to death, but I do like some extraction shooters. But you should have told them that. Like, you really should have told people that it's an extraction shooter. You really should have. Like, really? Because like you were advertising it, or like, sorry, you're marketing it as a open world. Sorry, I have the Discord going, and like I'm reading some stuff and everything on it, just some of the shit that people are saying. But like, you're marketing it as an open world MMO, which, by the way, I heard and I started seeing that they're starting to take a lot of the tags off. Like, they're getting rid of like MMO, massive multiplayer, survival, when like zombie or whatever, survival game, fucking. What else? What else did they get rid of? What was it? What else did they get rid of? Hold on, my phone. Let me check, because I have it saved because I was like posting it on my Facebook and shit. So they removed base building, realistic, open world survival craft, free to play, and massively multiplayer. They like, there was a bunch of tags like that that had all those on there, and they removed them, and then they added extraction shooter, and somebody commented, that's what somebody said, LMFAO, they removed all these, and then he said, you can't make this shit up. Like, he's right, you can't fucking make this shit up. You really can't. Like, you really can't. Like, this shit is like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, so like, anyway, so like a bunch of big stream, like not big huge streamers, but I mean, I guess a couple like Dr. Disrespect. I don't know how he felt about it. I didn't really watch his stream. I'm not a huge fan of him, to be honest. So like, I didn't really watch his stream. But like I said, one of the big streams that I watch, he's not really a streamer. Like, he pre-records stuff, and then he basically uploads it to YouTube. Is Rad Brad, and he tried it out, and he was just kind of like, huh. And like I said, it was so bad that it was the first game that he actually, like, it was the first game that he ever refunded. He's never refunded a game before. He even said so himself. He's like, I've never refunded a game, and I have with this one. Because it was so bad, And like I said, it's like every game. It doesn't matter what game it is, There's always going to be that game that you have that very few. You're going to have those select few that are loyal to a fucking T in that game. They really are. And they're going to play it no matter what. But here's the problem with that. This game is not going to survive very long. It was never intended to. They never intended for this to be a permanent thing. Like, trust me when I tell you this. Like, they never at all intended this to be a permanent thing. It was a cash grab. That's all it was. It was a scam and a cash grab, and they already made a shit ton of money from it, dude. Because what was it? Hold on, I have all the stats right here. So as of right now, so here's another thing. So listen to this. As of right now, actually, hold on. We'll do it. Peak of all time. All-time peak is 38,104. So let's see what that is at $40 a pop. Okay. That's like over $1 million, I can tell you right now. So 38.104 times 40. 1,500,000. That's not right. Hold on. 104 times 38. I think that's what I'm doing wrong. That's what I was doing wrong. My bad. Times 40 equals $1,524 and $1,524,160. They made a pretty good amount, but I'm sure they made way more than that too. That's just, but anyway, so 2 days ago, they were at 38,104 players concurrent. It dropped massively because now they're at 5,186. It's insane. This game is dead. Like, and I tell people that, and it's dead in the water. This game's not going far. And I know people are saying, "Oh, they're doing hot fixes." Man, like I said, hot fixes are just small little patches, man. They're not doing anything to it. Oh yeah, they added a couple more zombies here and there, but they didn't add hordes of zombies like they originally fucking asked, or like they originally showed. They didn't do anything, man. Literally, this game was a fucking cash grab. That's all it was. Whether and the people that don't believe this shit, and the people that actually believe that they spent 5 years on this game, dude, you're smoking something, man. You're on fucking crack or something. Because, like, come on, there's no fucking way they spent 5 fucking years on a game like this. They would have way more to show for it. Whether it doesn't matter that if they're a smaller studio, that doesn't matter. 5 years is a long fucking time to spend on a game. Like, if I had the means to make a game and I spent 5 years on the game, you bet your ass I'm gonna have something to show for. And if they're using Unreal Engine 4, are you fucking kidding me? And then they supposedly switched to Unreal Engine 5? Come on, man. Stop lying, man. And that's another thing. Speaking on to the Discord, like the Discord's dying, man. Like, so they had 3 moderators, and I think they only have 2 now, and then another one left, or another one's getting ready to leave. Like, the moderators are dipping out, and like the devs will pop in every once in a while to delete like a message here and there, and then just pop right the fuck back out. Like, they're not at all caring about this game. Like, they don't give a shit. They're just doing this to put on a show. And like somebody said, and because I agree with them, like somebody said in the Discord, somebody said, when are they making this game free? Never, my guy, because they're trying to fuck. Hold on, where is it? Hold on. Why is it not letting me? What the fuck? Oh, there it is. God damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. It was just not. Hold on, sorry. Never, my guy, because this game is dead. It was a cash. God damn, I cannot spell tonight. Grab. And that's all. Anyways, sorry I had to. So, like, I know this is gonna sound petty, but I'm literally sitting in these Discords and I'm just watching, I'm looking at different comments and I'm commenting on them and shit. But like, literally, this never is gonna get, like, when are we gonna get vaulting? You're never gonna get vaulting. Like, this game's dead. And so, going back to it, somebody said that in Discord, and like, I was like, yeah, that's pretty much, you're probably right. Like, they're probably going to say you'll probably get like 6 months, possibly, maybe out of this, maybe a year. And then they'll just, and it'll be no more. And like, all those people that paid $40 are out $40. Like, I mean, I know some people are like, it's $40. Like, and I'm one of them. I'm like, okay, cool. It's $40, but like, it's still 40 fucking dollars, man. To me, that's $40. Like, people are like, oh, that's just pocket change. Like, I mean, I guess if it's fucking pocket change for you, I mean, it's not pocket change for everybody, though, man. That's the thing, is like, some of these people that, but again, I don't feel like, it's hard for me to feel sorry and be remorseful with people like this, because like, the information is out there. Plenty of streamers, plenty of people were online showing the information, showing the evidence that this game is a fucking scam, and people still went ahead and bought it. And like, to me, those people that did bro, come on. You guys deserve to be fucking had then, because you guys are fucking hacks, man, and you just believe it. You just, yeah. No, basically, what the moral of the story is, fuck the day before and fuck the Studio Fantastic, because they're fucking assholes. They're shady motherfucking people. It's just because there's another story that came out. A lot of shit starting to come out about the studio now too. Like you can look up online about it. Like a lot of shit starting to come out. Like, God, I don't know what's going on. How can I become a mod? You ain't gonna be able to become a mod, dude. Like someone's like, we're not recruiting mods yet. You ain't gonna recruit mods ever. But anyway, yeah, this shit, man. This game is just, I don't know really what else to say. Like it's just it's a bad it's bad, man. And like I said, I go back to those people and I'm like, look, man, if you want to pay $40 for it, go buy it by all means. Like if it ever were to become free, I'd probably check it out just to say that I did and everything. And another thing, dude, there's not controller support either, which I think is fucking stupid. Like I'm not a whole like keyboard and mouse kind of guy. I really ain't. I hate that shit, man. I want to play on a fucking controller. I if I have to, I will, but I'm not a fan of keyboard and mouse. I'm just not at all. But I mean, it is what it is. So like if this wasn't a scam, which clearly it fucking is, and they did continue supporting the game, and they eventually did come out with controller support, or it did come out on console, you bet your ass I'd fucking, and it became like way better. You bet your ass I'd fucking get it. Because like originally when I was seeing all this shit, like I was like, man, that sounds cool. But then I also was like, that's that's cool, but do we really need another zombie survival game? Like, do we? And somebody else there was another question in their Discord, and somebody was like blurted out. They're like, hey, if you could choose any studio to take over the day before, what studio would you do? And I was like, automatically, I was like, Rockstar. Rockstar knows their shit when it comes to open world games. Like Rockstar, and somebody said Rockstar or Naughty Dog, and that would be perfect. Honestly, would be the perfect thing to do for a game like this if like they were to, if a studio were to, like if they were to abandon this game and a studio was like, let's pick that game up and make it better. Rockstar and Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog works on the zombies, and then fucking Rockstar works on the open world. Perfect fucking combination, man. Because we know The Last of Us, man. It's hard to beat that. Like, come on, like that was literally probably that was my favorite game of 2012 when it first originally came out, and then I got it again on PS4, and then yes, I did get it again on PS5, and I'm definitely getting Last of Us Part 2. I mean, yeah, people can say what they want about that game too, but like either way, that's neither here nor there. But like still, like they would be perfect. They know what they're doing when it comes to zombies. Them or Capcom, because Capcom's good with zombies too. You know that. But I don't. It's just they said yesterday they are focused on fixing the current bugs and issues, and are focusing on the quality of the current content before expanding the map. Hold on, and increasing content. They ain't gonna fucking do that, man. I'm telling you, dude, this ain't gonna happen. These people they're living in a fucking dream world. We do know the answer to this. If you look at the evidence, we do know the answer to. We do know the answer. You just refuse to believe the answer. Ubisoft does this shit too, but this was to an entire level of extreme. It's almost as if they did it to get the game purposely hyped up and they'd get away with, they'd get their money. It's exactly what they fucking did. That's exactly what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they were doing this the whole time. They weren't fucking stupid. They literally, it was a bait. Like it was a bait and switch, man. Like they fucking were baiting people and they brought them in and then they fucking boop. That's exactly what they did, man. And like that's the thing too, is the studios like I think I went over this, but the studio is all volunteers. Like it doesn't fucking make sense. The Sorry, I was reading this. So Ubisoft, $1 million company with full paid developers, is doing the same stuff as volunteer developers. They're not really though. Like you can't compare this studio to Ubisoft. That's the thing, is people are trying to compare Fantastic with like all these AAA studios. You can't. You can't compare a small little ass studio to something like Ubisoft. Ubisoft has way more money than Fantastic ever will. Way fucking more money. Like Ubisoft doesn't do half the shit. Yeah, Ubisoft games are broken. I'm not gonna fucking deny that. Obviously, I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, so I deal with the broken games. Yeah, they do, 100%. But also, part of the problem with that is us. If we didn't buy the broken games, there wouldn't have to be day one patches. I'm a culprit of that. I always do certain games day one. I have to, like, that's just how I am. Because somebody said that somebody was blaming it on the gaming community, not the gaming community, but the gaming studios. They're like, oh, it's the game studios' fault because they hype up shit, they do poor marketing, but we also let them do poor marketing. That's the thing. If we didn't let them do poor marketing, they wouldn't do poor marketing. That's all it is. That's the bottom line. But anyway, he says, I don't see. He goes on to say, I don't see why you are getting upset at some volunteers. Also, the EA release is really not that bad compared to others I've mentioned. Please go look at any footage of DayZ or Streets of Tarkov releases. They've been 10 times worse. I'd agree it was all for money if they did pre-orders, but they didn't, and everyone was inclined to a refund. There is where people are misinformed, though. So the refunds come from Steam. They don't come from the studio. Like the studio still got their money regardless. That's the thing that people don't fucking realize. So like this was 100% a scam because those studios still got that fucking money. Because it's like Amazon and like all these other like Amazon and eBay and stuff. Like if I buy something and it doesn't come in the mail to me, I still get my money back. Like Amazon gives me my money back. They don't reach out to the fucking person who sold the item. No, they just dip into their own pocket and they give me the money. That's what insurance is for. That's why people have insurance. Like house insurance, car insurance, renters insurance. That's why people do it. So that way you have that shit. So if anything happens, you're insured. You get all that shit back. It's the same difference with refunds. Like refunds on Steam or wherever you get these games, they don't come from the like studios. They come from fucking Steam. That's why Steam cut them off. That's why Steam literally cut off after like 2 hours. And after a little bit they cut it off. Like you can't get refunds anymore. The game's been out for so long that you just can't get refunds anymore. So, but that's what people don't understand. Like I was saying, I always try to explain this to people. Like the studio got their money regardless. They still got paid. It doesn't matter about the refunds. The refunds come from Steam. Is it false advertisement or overestimation by Fantastic? I can see that they attempted an open world. They never did. They never actually did attempt an open world. That's not what they did. They perceived or deceived people into thinking this was going to be an open world game because, like I said, with a trailer, they released a trailer. The very first trailer they released, they even showed like oh, that's another thing. They took footage from like fucking spin tires, like Mud Runner, because literally you see that trailer, you see these people driving in the mud. That's fucking Mud Runner, man. The way the trucks move, the way the mud moves, everything, that's fucking Mud Runner or Snow Runner. One of the, that come on, like you can blatantly see how many different games they ripped off when they were advertising the game. Like the bottom line is like the evidence, like I said before, the evidence is there. If you look at it and you look deep enough, the evidence is there that this was a fucking scam. This was a money grab and they fucking won. Like everybody who gave them money, like you guys helped them win. Like they got a shit ton of money. They split it into 3 areas, that's clear. And that could mean that this was the best and most performant route to take. Okay, I guess I don't see how that works or how that makes sense, but I mean, I guess I'll give it to you. I'll point you to Tarkov, which did the exact same thing and has still yet achieved fully open world, and the people still enjoy Tarkov. So if they can develop towards an open world while adding fun and engaging content as Tarkov does, then that's a good thing. If they can, yes, but they're not going to because this game, as I said before, is dead. It was dead out the game, man. It was dead in the water. And also, I hate when people are comparing games like this because Tarkov was already marketed as a extraction shooter. That's literally what that game was marketed as. So yeah. Holy shit. Oh hey, look, it went back up to 5,300, but it's still, man, it has not left 5,000, has not went up past 5,000, and it's not going to. Like, I can tell you right now, probably by next week, this shit's gonna go down by 2,000. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah. So and that's a good thing. It's up to them to do it, and we'll see in the next few months. They have a good. They now have or know they have. They now have a good chunk of money to get a real team together and maybe bring on the volunteers full time. We'll see what they do. That's not why they did this though. That's the thing is like that's the thing people don't understand is that's not why they did this. They did this as a cash grab. I'm telling you, that's what this is. It's a fucking cash grab. It's a cash grab. Because like I said, the Discord is basically dying, man. They're like the devs left Discord. They're not even part of Discord anymore. Like I used to see the homie, like one of the homies, I forgot his name from the fucking studio on Discord all the fucking time. Nowhere to be found. And like I said, they'll pop in, delete a couple messages, and shoot the fuck back out again. Like these fuckers they're literally just hiding in the shadows. They're just chilling in the shadows and going to the bank and collecting their money. That's all they're fucking doing right now. And then what they're gonna do, what they'll probably do now is they'll probably plan the next fucking scam that they are gonna do while this one dies. So, and then he goes on to say, "You didn't buy it, then that's fine. You can watch it as it develops." I bought it and actually enjoyed it with one of my friends. The company of volunteer developers deserve to go under for delivering an what? The company of volunteer developers deserves to go on. This person needs to learn how to fucking learn grammar because I cannot understand. The company of volunteer developers deserves to go under for delivering an EA extraction shooter that has better performance in streets of Tarkov and released more stable. I don't believe that's fair at all. This literally makes no fucking sense. I don't fucking know what he's trying to say. Is it lying or overhype or both? As I explained, game develop involves different builds and multitude of reasons can be scrapped. Everything we saw in his trailers were all in game. Incorrect. Nothing we saw in trailers was in game. It was all rendered. Rendered fucking footage. Their communication has been terrible, and that's why we do not know for certain the motives. But they did not take any money pre-release and allowed everyone refunds. Oh, I've got to reply to this. I'm sorry, guys, but I do. I have to fucking reply to this. Is it gonna let me reply to this? What the fuck? Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh shit. Is it even the right one? I always get fucking. I mean, at least all I gotta do is look for the right one. But yeah, no, like it's definitely fucking. It's definitely like I keep telling people, it's definitely a fucking scam. The refunds don't come from the studio. Anyway, the guy even basically confirmed it himself anyway, because remember he said when I was reading, and I quote, that he said that, oh, they could take the money that they earn and hire a actual real more people or whatever and build an actual game. And I'm like, well, if they refund it, and if you're logical thinking that they are the ones that are returning the money, then they don't have any money. God damn it. I actually hit enter. Motherfucker. But anyway, yeah, so like I'm sorry guys, I was still reading this shit. But yeah, no, it's but anyway, so I'll leave it at that. But I mean, if you guys like, bottom line is here's my thoughts. Like I said, these were my thoughts about it. It's more like 3 o'clock. I gotta get off here, go to bed. But like, here's my like. I'll finish up with a couple of these thoughts right here. Is like I said, I'm a big gamer. I play a lot of different games, and I'm one of those people that I play. I've played really shitty games before, dude. And I there's a couple games that I like that other people don't like. They're like, this is fucking stupid. I still like the game, you know. It's just how it is. We all like what we like, but if you really are wondering and you want to know, should you buy this game? Absolutely not. And that's not just coming from me too. That's actually coming from people that have actually played the game and are playing the game, and they will tell you, do not buy this game. It's not worth 40 fucking dollars at all. It's like I said, $10. Yeah, okay. $5, definitely. Should it have been free? Oh yeah. Like they should have ran it. They should have ran it as a free early access, and then later on, for the full title, when everything, if they actually worked on the title, worked on the game, and every title came, then charge people for for the full game. Like what they could see, what they should have done, and what I would have done is I would have told people that this is not the final product. Obviously, we know it's early access. This is not the final product. But anyway, I would have told them right off the bat, like, hey, this is not at all what we want to do. But we are working on an open world aspect of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a chunk of the game. You're going to be in a city. It's going to be an extraction shooter. Have fun. It's not very much. The world is empty right now. We don't have much. We're working on a lot of shit. But you know, while you guys are working on that and playing that, we're going to be over here working on our open world, and we're going to be pegging away, plugging away at this shit, and we're to hope that you know. So those are my thoughts. Like the game, if I had to rate the game, 2 out of 10, and they're lucky I'm giving them 2 out of 10, man, because it's a scam. Should have given him 0 out of 10. But like I said, there was a couple and I named them at the beginning of the video. There were a couple good qualities that I could see with the game, like the building, the base building, and the original of having building a community and shit like that. That sounded cool and everything. But just a lot of not having melee, not having a fucking vaulting option or a mantling option, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's fucking weird, especially in a game like this. That's really fucking weird. Melee, me personally, I can take it or leave it on melee. I mean, I prefer melee, but I can like take it or leave it. But mantling, come on, motherfucker, you need mantling. So, but 100%, that's my opinion. So, like, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna tell like somebody what to do with their money. If you want to pay for the game $40 and play it and hope that they actually do something with the game and bring more content to the game and actually continue to support the game, buy it, man. I'm just gonna sit back, watch this thing go down in a ball of flame like it's going to. I'm just saying, it's already starting. Like it's already starting. Like the fact that the concurrent players have dipped so astronomically speaks for itself. Like I said, it went from 38,000 concurrent players 2 days ago to 5,337 right now. Speaking of which, Starfield's no better off because Starfield is at 797 players right now. That game is a fucking disaster too. That game was actually way better than this though, and it was actually playable, and I enjoyed as much as I played on that. But I'll do a review on Starfield later. Maybe I'll play it and then review it. Maybe I'll start doing that. Do some game reviews for you guys. But anyway, yeah, that's about it there. I'm gonna get off here. I gotta, like I said, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna let this watch it, and I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna check again tomorrow on the Steam charts for how many players are active. But I'll bet you any money by next week, this 5,000 is gonna go down to like 2,000 or 3,000. Yeah, this game is dead in the water, man. It's not gonna go anywhere. Anyway, thank you guys for coming in, and for those of you who do watch it, thank you, and I appreciate y'all, and have a good one.